Long pause.
Oh, I was taking advantage of that, actually. You know, just like, oh wait, we are live. Yeah, what's up, man? How's it going? Everything good?
I'm doing good. I'm doing perfectly fine.
Well, basically, we got the breakdown there. Yeah. Pretty much what we expected from the analyst. So, I think we have to kind of agree with Thor and with what he was throwing out there at the end, basically, that it felt inevitable towards the end there. It felt like it really did have to come into a few Hail Mary plays for Titan, and the round with the Molotov and Anders freaking out on Twitter. You know, it's all of that points to, you know, those kinds of rounds, you can't get them every time. You can't pull that off every time. And if that's what you have to resort to actually win the map, it's looking pretty grim for you, Titan. So, Cash is now Titan's pick. So that's something that we have to note here. TSM, Inferno, that was their pick. Now it's Titan's turn to play on their home turf. So what do you think of their odds going into this map, Ben?
I think they're better, but honestly I expected a 2-0 coming in from Titan in the first place. The problem that they could run into is the fact that they get off to a slow start on CT again, that they don't really get things going, because we've seen time and time again that the T side is actually really, really strong on this map. Well, on pretty much most maps actually as well. They actually need to be able to, well, simply get the CT side going, and that's what the analysts talked about as well. We've seen them time and time again get good T halves and not being able to capitalize off of it, and that's really what it comes down to. Versus Na'Vi, they had a great time of actually showing that they could really play CT side. They figured out what Na'Vi were doing. They were getting entry frags, and they were actually playing pretty smart in a way of not allowing Na'Vi to get their entry frags, and that was, again, something the desk alluded to. That was a bit of an issue on Inferno. On the T side for TSM, they were able to pick up entry frags pretty much wherever they wanted to. So rotations are coming out from Titan. They're unstable the entire time, and it's hard to play, really. It's hard to defend when you're constantly on the run.
Yeah, when you're constantly feeling shaky about what's actually happening on the map. Where are TSM coming from? Then the all-out aggression from TSM as well, because TSM they were playing short, or they were playing like slow, short for picks and etc. But then they would also try and change it up, right? The flash run onto B where they just caught out existence and RPK, and it all kind of just fell apart. You know, these kinds of aggressive rounds are also necessary, and I'm glad to see that. You know, eventually TSM started working that into their game plan, into their strategy. You know, not letting Titan get comfortable, because this is like a tenet when it comes to facing Titan, and it has been for so long now, where it's like, do not let them set up, whether it be T side, CT side. Make sure you've got some kind of pressure going on those guys, because otherwise, if they have the time to set up with the nades, the flashes, the communication, the positions, they're so tough to deal with. I think another thing that needs to be mentioned, however, is that Kenny also didn't have that big of an impact for Titan. And when you base your team practically on a pro player, on this player, right, your sniper as well, if he isn't landing the shots, if he isn't having that impact that we expect to see from Kenny, where he's picking up 1 to 2 frags around, that's when you start to really see Titan start to fade a little bit. They start to struggle.
Well, that was a great thing about what they did on Cash versus Na'Vi. The fact that even though Kenny wasn't having the best of his game, actually it wasn't the best of the Tier 3 series has had in quite a while. Yeah, exactly. So the fact that the rest of them were able to pick it up, that was the saving factor.
And I think Apex was the hero of that map, as far as I can remember on the Cash.
Yeah, Apex was playing really well on Cash, absolutely. But Existence, Maniac, RPK, they all stepped up and played big in the absence of Kenny S. And I think they're going to need that if they want to come out of this alive, really. If they want to make it to a third map, they have to have the same recipe going for them as they did versus Na'Vi.
Yeah, and another thing to note is also, well, actually I believe it was basically like RPK not really seeing too much action over on that B side throughout their CT side. It wasn't until, or he would get caught out of position, caught into CT, these sorts of things as well. But I would like to see RPK step up here as well and have a bit of a time, some more opportunities to shine here and start putting some frags on the board, because we all know that he's got just sick skill. Like, he can just land those headshots when he needs to. So if they can bring all the rifles to bear here, Titan, it could start to go their way. But the countdown has begun after that knife round, so we will be getting straight into the pistol round here between TSM and Titan on map 2 of this best of 3. This is not the lower bracket final. This is the lower bracket semifinal, right? Because we have the winner bracket final coming up later tonight. This is it. TSM are 1 map away from going yet another step further in this tournament, whereas Titan, they're battling for their tournament lives.
They really are, and TSM winning that knife, they're going to start off on they're going to start off on the CT side. Not too surprising, in all honesty. It's going to be exciting to see what Titan are able to do, because they've gotten off to so good T-starts on this map pretty much every time, and if they're able to do that again, they could get rolling, and TSM could get down on themselves, because it's happened before.
Well, already you can see Existence taking the hit went for a nade and a Tech 9, dropped that Tech 9 for RPK, so we've seen Titan use this before. RPK is going to be the cannon, but Device is just clicking away, and he picks up 2 headshots on the men trying to push out through Squeak. Maniac and RPK are gone. That Tech 9 is dropped, and now Device presses forward, takes out Apex, looking for the headshot on Kenny, but he's not going to find it. Instead, it's Sipnix to collect that frag. And Existence is left all by his lonesome on the B site. He takes a duel long range with the pre, but gets overwhelmed by Cajun B, and that is going to be the first round of this map going TSM's way.
Yeah, and the problem that you often run into when you have a lurker like that, in this case Existence, if you don't get any frags, if you don't get any sort of entries or put proper pressure on that A bomb site, the lurker is just going to be completely useless. So in essence, that was Titan trying to take us out with 4 members, or basically trying to win the round with 4 members.
And when Dupree just is like, he's just tap, 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 tap. He had a metronome next to him, right? It's like piano class. He just started going, and he didn't stop until he had 2 kills there. Half the push gets obliterated before he could even get going for Titan. So that's worst case scenario right there. TSM, they aren't messing around either. They go straight up to FAMAS's. They go for the rifles right off the bat because they know that Titan can be a threat if they go for a force buy in this round, which is the case. Titan have gone straight up to Tech 9s and Kevlar. So the pressure is going to be on here, and already they go for the same strat. They've got 4 guys just barreling out onto the site, and this time things go according to plan. RPK and Maniac clear that site, and now it's just down to Kerrigan, who's here on short, trying to chase that man into CT, but he's got to be careful, doesn't want to overextend. He does catch Maniac, getting a bit greedy. So the punish is there, but that bomb is planted, and it's ticking.
And Apex is already in position to actually punish these guys coming back from mid.
This is the big setup right there. It's Maniac, Apex. Well, Maniac gets the assist, but he's got to help his teammate Kenny S, who's pinned down at the back of the site. But Kenny, he needs no help. Apex walks in, just sprays and prays, and takes Cajun out. And there we go. Take 2, round 2, and Titan managed to get on the board.
Yeah, and obviously TSM said that they didn't have the time to prepare for this. And if they'd watched the Na'Vi Titan game previously, they would have known what Titan were about to do, because that's the exact same anti-eco that they pulled off against Na'Vi.
So now the question, begs, where do Titan go? Because now they're facing 2 scouts. They got 2 scouts, and actually Cajun B going straight 5-7, no Kevlar. So looking to do a bit of a Dupree impression from from Overpass earlier. We'll see if he can pick up 3 frags.
And Titan are just sticking with what they've done the entire tournament. Taking it nice and slow. Systems hanging around in mid. They've actually rotated off earlier than what they usually do, and this is just going to be a really solid A-take. But Kerrigan starts it off with a shot onto Maniac here.
That is such a big frag, but the rest of Titan are going to come barreling into the site. 4 members here just looking to overwhelm, and Apex is going to take out Kerrigan, but Cajun B comes back into it, Sipnix as well, and Sipnix dancing on the site like he's done time and time again this tournament, buying the time, and Existence gets a team kill. He takes out Kenny. Kenny goes for the mad spray and pray, takes out 2 of the TSM members. But in the end, TSM stands strong, and I think a lot of that has to do with that crossfire. Kerrigan starting off strong, but Sipnix just setting it up, drawing the attention onto the site, and allowing for his teammates to then close in and just clean everything up.
Yeah, and again, Titan having issues with playing versus playing anti-eco rounds. And I was surprised to see that they actually went away from the default so early, without having any real information as to what TSM were up to on their CT side. TSM are gonna happily take that gift gift basket from Titan.
Sure thing. I don't think they'll say no. And they're gonna go straight up to rifles yet again. And well, Titan force up behind this. Kenny, glass cannon AWP for him. We've lost the first member here. Apex actually gets picked. So that's the entry fragger for Titan. He is gone off the map. He is not going to be able to create any more opportunities. It's going to come down to this man here that we are currently following, Kenny, looking to see if he can't catch somebody peeking. There was a bit of a jump there, but he wasn't quick enough to pull the trigger that time. And now he gets full flash. Do they peek into main behind this? TSM, don't take the risk. They're playing this so carefully right now, but this is going to be the A push eventually here. The bomb is here. And with 45 seconds left, Titan begin, and Kenny creates the opportunity, creates the opening, and takes out Device, misses the shot on the follow-up man there. That's going to be Kerrigan pushing in to try and support Zipnix, who is just trying to buy the time, but he's flashed, and he still manages to get a headshot somehow. It's down to Cajun coming in from CT to actually drop Existence, who is carrying that bomb, but Maniac and Kenny are still alive, and there you go. We called out Kenny a little bit after that performance on Inferno, but there's the big round that we're looking for. 2 big frags to secure the round for Titan.
Yeah, he's already getting into his Super Saiyan form, really. And again, it's a bit of a sloppy hold. Obviously, it's hard to deal with a player like Kenny S, but Titan had so little to work with. They had 2 smokes, and they managed to make the most out of it. They blocked Sipnix out. preventing him from being able to help anyone else on that A-bomb site.
A great flash as well. You could see when we went to him, he was completely blind when they took that site.
Yeah, this time around, Kenny actively searching towards the B-bomb site, and Titans so far not really setting up in the normal way, in the traditional way they've been doing in anti-ecos, and the reason for that might be because they've lost so many anti-ecos so far.
So far, it's a lot of action B halls and a bit of a missed shot there by Kenny.
Well, they actually know that Dupree is behind there because they saw the gun tip of the silencer actually poking through the wall.
Well, they're trying to force him out, but Dupree's doing a good job of just trying to buy the time. Flash Molotov, and Dupree's going to start roasting. He drops down to half HP, gets down to 38 before he manages to clear the smoke and the flames, but he is still pinned behind this wall, stands his ground, takes the fight. He's got help here from Sipnix as well, and that actually draws the attention there for Cajun B to take a peek and find Apex. Entry frag goes TSM's way now, and Titan continue to press. The bomb is here. 3 members looking for it, but Sipnix takes out RPK, and Existence through the vents annihilates Sipnix. Cajun B still alive on this site, however, and he's going to catch out Existence so very low on HP, and somehow TSM have whittled down Titan. Titan just being so stubborn about it, continuing to press forward onto this B site despite the costs.
Yeah, and I think stubborn is the right word. They were way too focused about downing Dupree there in the checkers room, and they basically forgot about everything else.
And a great rotation from TSM, actually, to come in there. And, well, Sipnix basically the first man through the vents, and he had an impact. I mean, 2 kills for him, or no, just a single one for him, but basically setting it up for Cajun to get his second. And just the play there from TSM, great, keeping their cool basically in that scenario where Titan are just staring him down. Kenny with the AWP. I mean, you can't peek, so you got to give it to Dupree there. He didn't show himself. He knew that he just had to sit tight.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing. The fact that Dupree pretty much realized that he was in a position where he's pinned down completely and he actually can't move. But that bought so much time for TSM, and again, that allows for the rotations that they had.
Well, Existence hoping to get lucky with some spray and pray through Garage there. He's not going to find a target, however. Kerrigan safely behind the sandbags, or the cement bags, whatever those bags are, in mid.
Sandbags, surely.
I'm thinking the cement, man. That looks like cement. Okay. It's irrelevant. Behind the bags.
In any case, Titan decide to force up with Tech 9s, which is never a bad idea. They still have the AWP on Kenny. And they do have lots of grenades, so they're going to start off seeing if Kenny can actually find something in mid, open up the maps to some extent, but I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw an A execute similar to what we've seen already in the eco rounds.
Well, he finds something, but that's Cajun. Catches Apex. And Kenny now looking to refrag, but he's not going to get it. They fall back, TSM. They just continue to play for the clock. Once they get that entry frag, they don't overextend. They don't give anything back to Titan, any opportunity for Titan to return the kill. Instead, they fall back and consolidate the defense on the sites. But as I say, that Sipnix caught peeking. And that's Kenny, just lightning fast reflexes, takes his face off. Device here, however, by Forklift looking to catch an angle here. He's just waiting, goes for the flash. That's going to slow things down, takes the peek behind it, but there's a man who's infiltrated onto the site. That's Existence, and RPK follows up, rushes down Device. Kerrigan does manage to strike back, but it's far too late. The A site goes Titan's way. And I'm flabbergasted. The fact that they're able to just walk in there is almost as if they own the place and land all the kills.
Yeah, well, obviously Kenny taking out Sipnix is, again, going to create space for them. But I think the big hero of that round is Existence, somehow just marching through mid into CT connector and picking up Cajun. They're rotating completely unaware and actually following it up with another frag. That was just massive. And so far, I want to say that it's actually been, sure, there's been great execution from both sides when they've been pressed and actually had to force fight, but it's also pretty sloppy play whenever we've seen anti-ecos.
Both teams showing that it's a bit difficult to deal with, but really I think more pressure is on TSM at this point because Titan are now sitting on 3 rounds. Things are going pretty much according to plan for Titan. They're turning it into a brawl, whereas TSM are the ones that we expect to come out ahead and by a fair margin.
Yeah, and this is a very similar situation to what Titan versus Na'Vi looked like. Titan getting those early rounds in on the T side, and even if they stop at, let's say, 6 rounds, they're going to be happy with that as long as they can get off to a good start on the CT half.
The total brawl to begin with, and it continues to be just that. I mean, 7 rounds in, and again, TSM refused to eco.
And now we're seeing like the tried and true default setup from Titan. Kenius peeking in towards A main, Maniac by the doors, Apex just chilling out, waiting for the aggressive boost coming from the CT side, and Existence just chilling in garage with RPK.
Really wondering if Kenny is going to pick up on the fact that somebody's been boosted there. Maniac did spot Zipnix. He was kind of close to A main, so they may have to guess. At least they'll have to check that angle just to be sure. So Kenny and Apex. Apex is going to make his way forward with the AK. Would be amazed if they didn't actually try and find out if somebody was up there. Device is lurking currently with that 5-7. He'll be looking to do the damage. Apex goes running out. First thing he looks is up top, and he manages to catch out Device. Great kill there. Sipnix now tries to do the best that he can, and he is going to be able to pick up a kill, but they do lose Cajun on the site itself, and Sipnix now just trying to dance and buy time. Molotovs go crashing in. He sits down, but Apex makes him lie down, and this is now just going to be Titan once again barreling onto the A site. Nice nade there from Dupree to take out Existence, who was on the site itself. And look at this. Kerrigan, no fear, just goes running straight at Kenny. But guess what? He's got a Tech 9. And RPK's there with the AK to clean up. And that is going to be another round for Titan on the board.
Yeah, that was the first properly executed anti-eco we've seen, really. Not that it going up against the pure eco here from TSM, seeing how they did force buy up. But taking their time, figuring out what's going on, and actually using all of their nades to, for its purpose. They had 4 Molotovs, they used them well, and they basically forced the hand of TSM and made taking the A-bomb site a lot easier for them.
Look at this. I mean, a very characteristic B-Hall's push for an eco, really. RPK holding very far back, to counter this, essentially, but he does get overwhelmed, only having picked up 1 frag. Maniac is, however, going to be on cleanup duty, and Kenny is currently hunting for a frag of his own. Device has got the AK. He's holding the angle, and he does good damage there to Kenny. Drops him down to 74. But this is still, Titan should be in full control here in this situation. Apex catches out Device, so the AK is down, and now it's down to Dupree with that P250, but he's not going to get anything done with it. And Titan stabilized. There's a clean anti-eco push, or anti-eco round coming out from Titan, rather, keeping 4 players alive.
Yeah, and this is what we saw versus Na'Vi, and that bodes well for Titan because they had an excellent game versus Na'Vi. Right now, I'm feeling pretty confident that they're going to get more T rounds. For me, it's all about how they're going to start out their second half.
And TSM having shown already that they are perfectly capable of taking up T rounds of their own. So the pressure is going to be on. This is going to be one hell of a series. If we go to map 3, I think it's going to go the distance every time. But TSM, after that eco, the first real eco, actually, of this first half, they have enough to buy the rifles. No AWP for a Device, for Cajun, for Kerrigan. Nobody's got a scoped rifle, but they have enough to get the job to at least, pose a threat here to Titan.
Yeah, and you can see that Kerrigan has taken up a pretty passive position here in mid, because obviously you don't want to go head-to-head versus Kenny S. You might want to try it if you have an AWP, but rifle versus Kenny S AWP rarely turns out well for the rifler. And right now, yeah, Titan just using their sweet time, seeing if TSM are willing to push aggressively and give away some entry frags. But they're holding steady as of right now.
And Kenny is once again looking to force Dupree out into the open. Molotov is there, and there it is, tagged through the door. Dupree nowhere to go. He has to. All he can do is go forward, and he actually picks up Kenny through the smoke. That did not go according to plan as far as Titan are concerned.
And that could have been really scary because, well, as Existence picks up that frag onto Kerrigan, the second Dupree got forced out, that was the moment that Cajun actually rotated off the B-bomb site.
Cajun is now back. He's ready to hold on CT, but the smoke goes down, and now it's down to Dupree, who's only got 14 points of health, doing the best that he can to buy time. Maniac is going to find a shot, and Existence will take out Dupree, but Cajun B lurking in CT, and the rotation coming in. Cajun B somehow picks up 2 kills from CT. And Device is there as well. The bomb has been dropped, and with 4 seconds left, there's so little that Maniac can actually do. Impossible for him to win the round at that point, and it just feels like somehow TSM wound up with the round.
Yeah, Cajun, pretty much. Cajun picking up those 2 players trying to get onto that B-bomb site really stopped everything that Titan had going for them, because if they get onto the site, it doesn't really hurt them that much that Device picks up the 1 Titan player in checkies, because they already have Maniac coming in from the backside. But yeah, Cajun saving TSM single-handedly that round. Yeah,
don't even know, because I thought the smoke was down. That must have just been like a wild spray through.
Yeah.
Unless he found a gap to take advantage of there. But big play there from Cajun, basically to keep TSM back in this match, or still in this match, or in this match to begin with. Flashes are going down here to try to stop the Titan push, and it's actually a fairly aggressive push here, considering this is a buy round from Titan. Really looking to put the pressure on early. TSM, however, just going to fall. Kenny is going to get caught. Or rather, he will catch Kerrigan, and RPK takes out Sipnix up close. It's now down to the flank. Cajun B working his way back through Squeak. And then Dupree already hiding in CT. So this is all down to Cajun, but he's going to get caught out by Kenny, who was just pre-aiming that angle. And that's one hell of a comeback into this round, actually, for Titan. Just a perfect take on that A site, only losing 7 points of health.
Yeah, and but in the case of TSM, they were already struggling money-wise. Sipnix that round only had a 5-7, so and they didn't really have the nades to actually counter and hold back Titan's initial push. I was just really solid, solid from Titan, and it definitely caught TSM off guard because the initial setup from TSM is more or less Sipnix alone on the A bomb site with Device in that catwalk area rotating between mid and A. And if he's not in position when Titan decides to go, then Sipnix is left all on his own, and it's going to be so hard for him to actually hold anyone back, especially when he only have 5-7 and a flash.
Well, Apex is already creating space. What a spray control there. The 180 spray to take out Cajun B. This is a hard eco coming out from TSM, though, so they are looking to buy in the next round if they can. So we'll see if they're able to do that. And I imagine they will be forcing because they can't really let Titan get past 7 rounds. So a nice little reaction there by Sipnix. He's going to be able to pick up Existence, the headshot point blank. Apex is down on 4 HP, so he would absolutely adore running into him. And he isn't too far off the mark. Apex is working his way back into T-spawn. Instead, it's going to be Maniac looking for the flank through Garage. But there's the pop flash. He's just a second too late. Kenny catches him. Looked like through the edge of the wall there.
Yeah, through the actual garage there.
So here we
he
go.
misses the easy shot when Sipnix walks into him, but wall's not an issue.
Yeah, why not, right? I mean, Dupree already showed that he can go toe-to-toe with Kenny when it's, the blind shots. Speaking of Dupree, actually, Dupree having a bit of a rough start here in this first half. Only sitting on 3 frags right now, so we'll be looking to him to step up his game as this half progresses. Only a few rounds left in it. Titan now are the ones who are just going to go for the turn of speed. They tried to get control of B-Halls very early there. But luckily for TSM, they were able to cut them off with the smoke. Maniac instead is going to walk out onto the A site and pick up the first frag. Device, however, is going to return with the Pro 90 from Forklift. And there were 2 members there, actually, for TSM. So Sipnix and Device still locking down this A site. But Titan, they count on actually pushing forward. Because guess what? If Device if TSM decide to rotate a man off that A site, where are they going to be vulnerable? Right there.
And so that's what's just happened. Sipnix all by himself, and Device he's in CT spawn, but it's going to be really hard to actually hold Titan off from there because it's going to be smoked off in a matter of seconds, and from there on out, it's all about Sipnix buying as much time as possible for his teammates.
Well, there's the Molotov, but it's not even necessary. Apex is going to get the headshot on Sipnix to open, and Device might get caught out in the open. He manages to close the angle, however, and get behind that smoke. Kenny, is he going to find the shot or not? He will not. Device denies him. And we're into a man advantage now here for TSM. Existence is holding behind quad boxes, though, looking towards main, and this is where Dupree will be coming from, but this is a 3-pronged attack coming in from TSM, looking to retake this site. Existence already under fire, forced back around the box, and RPK is going to take out Device. This is now a waiting game. Titan trying to force TSM out into the open where they can pick them off, but already 1 frag goes their way, and the second one is going to go Titan's way. It's Existence just buying so much time right now, and Dupree doesn't have a kit. He has to get this kit. He has to get the kill now. Will he have the time? I think not.
Oh, he's not going to have the time, and he realizes that. And you can hear the cheers from the Titan members.
He lives with 2 HP, though. That's just like insult to injury. He would have rather, follow his teammates. I don't know. What a round, though, from TSM. And what a kill from RPK, actually, picking off the short man.
Yeah. But basically, Existence and RPK came from what was initially a very easy round for Titan, getting onto that bomb site so easily, just picking up Xipnix straight away to a really disadvantageous situation, 2v3, locked in on the bomb site. And now TSM are back to ecoing.
Woo! And Kenny just slapping him down. He's down to 10 HP and decides to fall back. It's down to Dupree, the last man alive here for TSM. And he's already rotating towards that A site. The bomb is still in Garage. Like, they haven't even decided yet. This round went so quickly. Titan were able to hold. Now they have control of the A site, and RPK should be working his way over there with that bomb. Instead, they don't even need the bomb plant. Apex peeks into CT and catches Dupree out in the open, and that's going to be 9 rounds now for Titan on their T side of Cash. So just a phenomenal first half coming out here for Titan on their home turf. This was their pick. This was their map. So it didn't go their way on Inferno, but things are clearly working out for them here on the second map.
Yeah, the one thing to keep in mind, though, especially if you're TSM, is the fact that Titan had a great T half on the first map as well, and that did not hold on for the entire game. TSM came back on that T side on Inferno. And there's no real reason why they shouldn't be able to do that as well on Cash.
This battle of wills right now. Who is going to get impatient? Who is going to peak first? Is Kerrigan going to step into it? Is Kenny just going to hold the angle? This is the battle of wills that happens between oppers, but Kenny decides to back off first, not willing to waste more time. He's going to change up his position and now start looking towards mid. But Maniac, in the meantime, has caught Kerrigan with the flank from Squeak, it looks like.
And this is something Maniac has been doing all game with a high success rate as well. Even though he doesn't have that many frags, all of his frags have been well, very important for Titan because they create rotations, they create uncertainty and instability within the TSM lineup. So Maniac just being a constant nuisance towards that A side, regardless of what Titan decide to do at any given round.
And some good teamwork there by TSM allow for them to pick up that kill onto Kenny, who decided to re-peek. He gets picked off, but now it does look like it's going to go for the A site once again. Titan have had so much success on this site. Why change it up? Apex finds Cajun before he can rotate in from CT, and it's down to Sipnix, who holds down mouse 1 and picks up the first kill. Now can he find the second? Yes, he will. Removes RPK from the map, and 3 swift frags happen. They go TSM's way, and TSM collect the 5th round, going into the 15th round of this first half, the last round of this first half. And TSM now, I mean, it's desperate times. They need this round. Titan have no problem at all buying up everything that they need, and TSM, they actually managed to get a solid buy as well. So perfect situation here now for the final battle of this first half.
And Titan again setting up for a early aggression towards the B bomb side. They want to see if Kenny can actually find an early pick, but as soon as that smoke goes down, they decide to do otherwise and actually, yeah, move back towards the A bomb site. And there's no real reason why they wouldn't do that because they've been so successful towards that A bomb site, with Kenny just being a nuisance in mid and Maniac, well, creating havoc really from that door area.
Ooh. There's the missed peek from Kerrigan. He's going to have to smoke in there, and he just walks right in. But Sipnix and Kerrigan both picking up kills. Apex there, looking to punish Kerrigan. He was not expecting Sipnix. And Kerrigan watching for the flank from Maniac, and he manages to get him too. So now a 2-man advantage going into this final round here for TSM. Looking very good indeed. Device, however, still in control of mid. He's got that M4. Existence walks around the corner, but just nails that headshot. And Kenny from Squeak brings it right back into a 3-on-3 scenario here. Kerrigan now has to watch towards short. He needs to watch towards Squeak as well. Goes for the peek and gets the kill through the door. And Kenny is now off that map. RPK trying to push up short, gets backstabbed from Connector, and it's now down to Existence. 1v3 coming in through A main towards the A site. And he is going to get caught out in the open. Kerrigan picks him off, and that is going to be a 6 rounds for TSM, 9 for Titan going into this second half. And now we get to really see what TSM are capable of on the T side of Cash. Are they going to be able to give us a repeat for performance from Inferno, where things certainly didn't go their way on their CT side?
No, that's what they have to hope for. That's what it's all about. And for Titan, figuring out what TSM are up to early on, not starting off on the wrong foot and basically letting TSM catch up. Obviously, this round is going to be essential for TSM. They need to get off to a good start. You can't really give Titan that easy start on the side and actually allow them to get on to 12 rounds.
Well, this is looking like it's going to be very quick indeed here from TSM. Already gathering up outside of A. They've got the nades as well. Yeah, plenty of nades, in fact, picked up here.
Yeah, they're going to smoke off. It's going to be a classic A take, really. Just going to smoke things off and bomb rush, and it's going to be all on Apex.
And it's going to be all on the retake for Titan, because there are currently 4 guys stacked up on the B site for Titan. Yeah, so the smokes go into the A site, and it's all down to Apex. He's all alone.
And this is what happened versus Navi as well, and he was able to do lots of work for them that time around, but Cajun starts things off.
Catching Existence out in mid. Apex looking to find the shot. He is going to get chased back into CT spawn. Gives ground, and this is the smart play to make. Backs behind the smoke. Waits for his teammates to rotate in. Tries to apply some pressure, but it's Device now lurking in the corner here, holding this line. As soon as that smoke clears, he's going to be going for the peak, trying to hold that line to make sure the Titan can't get across to the bomb site itself. But it's a 4-on-5 retake now for Titan, just trying to move in. And Kerrigan, holding from the back of quad boxes with that Tech 9, is a real threat, just putting the damage in as soon as Titan show themselves. And then it's just a crossfire. It's just the perfect crossfire Tech 9 play. Sipnix with 2, Cajun with 2. And the pistol round goes TSM's way.
And that gives TSM the opportunity to, well, first of all, catch up and then build a bit of an economy going into that first buy round. It's going to be interesting to see how Titan play this, whether or not they're going to push aggressively. They do have 3 ZZ, so we could see some crazy pushes from the French side.
Well, are we going to see now, like the, exactly, but are we going to see the slugfest that was the first half? Oh, there's the style points. Running boost. Kenny putting Maniac up into the corner in the boost spot on A, but that is not where the action is going to happen. TSM, they're intent on taking this B site, and they walk into it This is now their home. Sipnix catches Apex trying to push mid. He's going to get slapped, and dupree's going to be able to plant the bomb on this B site for free. Once again, Titan guessed wrong. They guessed B site in the pistol round. They guessed A site in the second round. And both times now, it has not gone their way. So Titan definitely should be looking to just hold on to their gear at this point. They've invested heavily in this round. You can see Kevlar, nades, pistols live through this round, put them to use in the 18th.
Yeah, you can more or less get a freebie round if you're able to hold on to these weapons. And for TSM's part, there's no real reason for them to go hunting after them, because that could just mean unnecessary losses.
I'm wondering if they're going to start shifting things up, because Existence and Maniac, they haven't taken a single point. They haven't taken any damage. They've got fresh Kevlar. RPK, unfortunately for him, got tagged, so he wouldn't be able to get like a helmet for free or anything like that. But I'm wondering if they might think about going somewhere. No, they are too low on the money. So this should be just, maybe a couple nades picked up for Titan. Maybe they kind of pass around the pistols here.
It seems like they're sticking to what they already had.
Yeah.
Smoke on Existence and Maniac, though, so they could potentially set up a bit of a trap for TSM to run into, but we'll have to see. And this time they actually opt towards the right bomb site. We have 3 people from Titan stacked towards that B bomb site.
You can really tell that this team has put in a lot of work on cash as well, as far as Titan are concerned. But here we go. The rush begins. Flash in behind it, but Kerrigan is going to just get smashed. 2 pistols facing him, and now Apex has got a Tech 9 to play with, and I'm sure he's grinning like a kid at Christmas. In the meantime, TSM, they decide to back off. They're going to go right back through Garage towards that A site, but Titan are way ahead of them. RPK and Apex already rotating over. There are going to be 4 members here for Titan, and Maniac in the boost spot. He can lay big damage in. He manages to pick up that kill. He's going to do the damage as well, so the bomb carrier drop Dupree, and the remaining 2 members for TSM are pinned down in A main. Sipnix finally able to remove Maniac, and they still have the bomb, but Apex, no fear at all, takes the fight with Cajun and wins it, and it's going to be Sipnix now doing the best that he can to hold on, but he does manage to pick up Apex, but not Kenny. So Titan live with 2 members alive at the end of this, and an AK as well on Kenny. He's going to be able to hand that off to a happy Apex if he wants to. Or does he hold on to it himself? He actually holds on to it himself. I was expecting the AWP. He had the money for it.
They probably know that they're going to go up against either a force buy, which is what we're seeing from, it's actually just a normal buy from TSM. Like, they're either going to see a buy or potentially Tech 9s. So...
Great call, though, from Titan, really, with the rotation absolutely. And the read. You got to point that out. Just zero hesitation on their part.
Absolutely, and, first off, guessing the right bomb side obviously helps them quite a bit.
I'm wondering if Kerrigan is a little salty there. You guys left me to die. I just ran it there. Where was my reinforcements? I mean, that's pretty brutal for Kerrigan. He's going to be playing Squeak Door again here, and Kenny just completely blind. Not sure if he's going to be able to pick up this frag. Maniac holding from quad boxes at the back of the site, though, decides to smoke fresh. And Existence will pick off Cajun B. Kenny steps in and takes out Device, and this is looking like a pretty decent hold coming in here from Titan. They've actually got the man advantage. TSM getting bogged down. These flashes buying so much time for Titan. Down to 2 members. Although the return frag from Kerrigan brings it back to a 2-on-3 here with 40 seconds left on the clock. All of Titan have rotated over, and there are no more nades here for TSM. This is all going to be down and dirty. They have to get it done with the rifles, and they're trying to get sneaky about it as well. But there's the big kill coming in from Dupree. Weakens the defense on the A site, and he gets the follow-up headshot on RPK. Huge frags, turning it around single-handedly, Dupree. It's down to Existence now, working up short, but Dupree is lying in wait. And will he find another kill? Goes for the peek, just drawing it out. And Existence, he's got the smoke, and it seems like he's going to use that to block off Dupree. Does not want to give it to him. Wants to turn this into a 1v1. Now it's down to Kerrigan. Do not peek, Kerrigan. Do not peek, Kerrigan. He steps out, and Existence punishes him for it. But there it is. Dupree, the security, the insurance comes through for TSM, and they're right back in it.
Just a very heads-up play from Dupree there. As soon as he realizes that Existence has shifted focus towards Kerrigan instead of him, he moves outside, out of the door, gets into a better position where Existence have absolutely no idea of knowing what's going on. Just very well done. And TSM bring it right back. And now, well, this is something we've seen Titan do several times. This is TSM already. That AWP on Kenny S. Glass cannon.
And the peaks as well from Titan. Just mistakes being made on both sides right now, but Dupree really coming through in that last round to capitalize on the peaks coming out. He gets the headshots. Everything goes their way. Now in this round, they've already got the entry frag, having taken out Existence. This is a forced pistol buy coming out here from Titan. AWP on Kenny. So it's like they have the sniper rifle, and if ever there was a time for Kenny to show some godlike skill, it would be now. Is he going to spot him? Yes, he will, but he misses the shot, and he gets flashed as well. Just caught in the corner, no idea where he is. Makes it out of there in one piece, but right now TSM are just taking their time. They know they have the advantage in this round.
Yeah, but it seems like they're not aware of what's about to happen as they rotate over. Kennyus is already on towards that B bomb side, but he needs to land some amazing shots for Titan to have any shot at doing this.
Oh, Maniac, he misses his opportunity. Now they know exactly where he is, but that doesn't change anything. Maniac, they line up for him. Takes out Cajun, takes out Kerrigan. And now Kenny closing in from CT. There's a man holding there, however. Dupree holding the angle. Maniac decides to stick to the 5-7, and he gets the headshot as well into Sipnix. Drops him so very low. Sipnix now holding a passive angle, just trying to buy as much time as possible. But Maniac is single-handedly taking this round under control. Dupree is there to slap him down, but Kenny gets the leg shot. And it's just not going to be enough. There is no more time for Kenny to work his way in here. Despite Maniac's best efforts, Titan will have to back off and save their gun.
But what a job Maniac does right there. Puts as much economical pressure he can on TSM. So even though they get the round win, they still have to buy up new weapons, and they're actually going to have a bit of an issue buying up properly.
We can see it here. I mean, this is the replay now of Maniac just landing just incredible shots with the 5-7. Crazy plays from him. That puts him up at 16 frags. Very, very consistent across the board here. Once again, RPK lagging a little bit behind, but then he hasn't seen too much action, it seems. Kind of taking point in most of these escapades. But TSM able to put together a pretty reasonable buy here. And already damage being dealt. It's so much damage, in fact. 3 quick kills, but this is a stack. And there it is. RPK steps in, gets a headshot on Dupree, but Sipnix instantly returns, and TSM are methodically taking things over here. Kenny does get the headshot on Sipnix to try and slow down that plant, but he knows 1v3, odds of him of actually making an impact, they're pretty slim. So he decides to just get that parting shot and back off. Try to hold on to the AWP for the next round when his team will be able to buy.
That's exactly it. And TSM, with being in such a unstable situation economically speaking, they're not going to hunt for Kenny. Like, it's not worth it for them, because most likely Kenny, seeing how he's saved twice in a row, he's going to be able to buy up anyway in the upcoming round. So for TSM to potentially risk the fact that they're going to have to go with Galils or something, or drop some nades for an AK, that's not worth it in their mind, and I think they're completely right in that.
Getting a bit close there, Device. Ran a little bit back in there, but all 3 of TSM members will survive. Very swift take there from TSM, landing all the shots necessary. No heroics this time from Titan, but then again, they hadn't invested the same way in this round. They're all about this round right now. 4 rifles, the AWP on Kenny. And Kenny, well, if they lose, he will certainly be able to afford another if he wants it. But we'll see. Titan aren't interested in losing this round. This is Titan's big opportunity to get some control back in this match. And they have to. 11-10 to score. TSM ahead now. And TSM, once again, really taking their time with this. Looking to see if Titan are going to get uncomfortable, going to get nervous, and try and push out to get some control on the map.
But look at Kenny. Kenny's pushing really aggressively into A-holes here, and he might be able to catch off 1 or 2 TSM members.
Oh, denies the boost in one shot. Picks the kill, denies the boost. And there you go. What are you going to do now? TSM. Dupree, however, well, that's what he's going to do. He's going to catch Apex in mid-connector, so that actually gives some space here to TSM. They're going to start making towards the B site where the bomb is already waiting for him. RPK holding close. They've got the double stack, and now we have to see if they can overwhelm the defense. RPK in Existence hold strong for now. Existence with the first one. RPK gets a second, but now it's down to the firefight, and Dupree returns, takes out RPK, and runs down Existence. And there you have it. TSM into a 2-on-2, and that bomb is getting planted. But Kenny looking for a barbecue. He got hungry. He needs a snack. And Maniac, oh, what a step in. Catches Dupree sleeping. And Kerrigan at the back of the site now. He has to land the sickest headshots of his life, and he does just that. Takes out Kenny. He's looking for Maniac, just playing the box, playing the angles. Catches Maniac out, and what a clutch from Kerrigan of all the times to step up. He does it in such an important round.
That's absolutely massive from Kerrigan. In addition to just clutching in fantastic 1v2 in a pretty wonky situation where he's low on HP, he's trapped in a corner. Titan knows where he is. He's able to come out of it unscathed, and that puts Titan on an eco. Well, I say eco, but here we go, forcing up. This is do or die. Kenny S.
This is the desperation move, I think, coming up from Titan.
Absolutely.
They realize.
Kenny S was the only one really with any proper money. You can see it. This basically for Masterson, light Kevlar, no real nades to actually hold off an eventual TSM push. Even if TSM realizes this, they could be able to actually starve Titan for the grenades and make that eventual push towards any bomb site so much easier.
And they're doing just that. I mean, look at this. They have, what, a smoke, an incendiary, and 2 flashes to work with now, Titan, along with the guns to go with them. And it's just existence alive on this B site, and already it's looking like TSM are moving over here. Dupree scopes it out, doesn't catch anybody. Peeking Cajun B as well, going a step further, looking towards Checkered. But it seems like it's going to be diversion time here. TSM going to start making some noise on the A site. 3 players here for Titan, and are they going to push in? Yes, they will. Xyp9x nearly wins the duel as well. Nearly takes out Apex, and they're just causing as much confusion as possible here. Kerrigan making it sound loud, noisy. He's got 4 players over there from Titan. And in the meantime, his teammates holding off on the push. They're taking way too long with this right now. TSM, they need to pounce. The diversion is over. Titan rotating back to the B site, and they aren't even on there. Existence is still waiting in the corner, holding this angle solid. And he's going to be able to catch them out in the open. But 2 kills come in for Dupree and Cajun B. And there's RPK from on high. Stops Device from planting that bomb, and with 8 seconds left, the bomb out in the middle of nowhere. They can't get on it. TSM, they cannot win the round. Titan with 2 members alive. They've done it. And just like that, TSM's hesitation cost them.
That's all there is to say, really. The fact that they do not push as soon as Xyp9x goes down, he sees 2 members. Carrigan's creating havoc from the door. At that point, you just have to go as TSM. Otherwise, there's no real point there's no real point behind having that fake happen at all if you're not going to push through it. That was just really strange, because the second TSM are about to push in, that's the same period when Titan have already rotated over.
Well, a very quick push coming in. TSM deciding no hesitation this time around, and they quickly overpower RPK, trading 1 for 1. They take some damage in the meantime, but there you go, Existence. Nade to the face. He returns with a bullet. Sit down. Maniac is there as well to take out Kerrigan, and we're into a 2-on-3 retake now for Titan. And they do have a little bit of time here. They've got a kid on Existence. But the smokes, they have to wait for the smokes to clear, essentially, and it's down now to Cajun B and Dupree, holding for TSM. Dupree on the site, Cajun B and Checkered, and they're in the corner, but now can Dupree do the damage with the P250? Peeks out and takes a man down low. Cajun B steps out, and 2 very quick kills there for Titan. TSM, they don't hesitate, they commit to taking the fights, but Titan, they are not afraid, and this time around, they win.
Yeah, Existence picking up that 1 frag. Well, after RPK going down, that was absolutely massive for Titan in that situation. Because, well, TSM are left scrambling. And all of a sudden, instead of having that solid take with just 1 man going down with RPK, then TSM don't really get a foothold on the B bomb site. They don't get into that proper afterplant situation. And you're left with Dupree on the site pretty much isolated with a P250.
A very wonky position there for Dupree in particular. Not the best gun to have.
And
now, well, we have the eco beatdown commence. Cajun B doing the best that he could, and he actually does take out Apex, but they will get quickly returned on. Dupree, however, looking to apply the pressure. Kenny's got a Tech 9 of his own, but he does get overwhelmed. Maniac is going to try and rotate in to save the day. The Device has now got an M4 to work with, and look is very low on the A site right now. Maniac currently crouching behind quad boxes. Does Device find him? He does not. Turns away, and that's just a question of timing. Maniac peeks out at just the right moment to take him out, and Titan stabilize, keeping 3 members alive.
And so far this game, both teams have actually had very set ideas as to what they want to do whenever they have to eco or whenever they have to play an anti-eco. And eventually, it seems like they're catching on to what each other, both are doing. That time around, you could tell, like, instantly, as soon as you know TSM are on an eco, Titan knew what to expect. It's going to be the A-take with the smokes, and they handled that perfectly.
And again, we got the style points going Titan's way. And what an angle there from Maniac. He's going to get caught, however, decides to take that fight. He's going to get caught out of the open, and they do not let him get out of that in one piece. Kenny from Forklift trying to land a shot, but he's going to miss, and they end up falling back once again onto the other side of the smoke. They're going to have to play for the retake here, Titan, but it's not going to be easy. Everybody is alive and kicking on TSM's side as the bomb gets planted, and they even have the lurk as well. Cajun B could work his way in behind it, infiltrate the Titan lines, come up short, and get the big kills. If he hits the timing right, he's closing in from behind, and there you go. Picks up the first one and just makes his presence known. Now Titan are in a real tight place, caught between a rock and a hard place, and they're just caught on that site. TSM, will they let them escape? That's the big question here. Gunning down 2 of them, and it's just going to be Apex left alive in connector, looking to actually return on Cajun, and he's going to catch him out. But that gives away his position, and Sipnix swiftly returns on him.
This is just a crazy amount of back and forth right now, and well, it's somewhat similar to Inferno. And it's really what we expected, just back and forth, slugging it out against each other.
That's really what it feels like. I do like that Maniac tried to change up the angle on the boost.
Yeah.
If he could have picked up the kill, that would have been a totally different beast, right? But
yeah, eventually that was what cost him, because the last 2 times I've seen him play that position, once versus Nami and once versus TSM, it's been working out so nicely. And Existence.
What is this madness? Existence manages to sneak through that smoke and pick up 2 members. He gets returned on, however. There's the HE, letting him know. Apex letting him know that he's holding close, and Device is actually going to hunt for him, and Device wins that fight. Now we're back into a 3-on-3 somehow. All of the hard work that Existence put in at the beginning of this round has gone to waste. And TSM are right back in the fight. Device holding this angle as well, but Kenny finds him. Very clean kill there for him. Dupree gets caught by RPK, who was lurking at the back of Checkered, and it's now just down to Cajun B. Great headshot onto RPK, but can he find Kenny? Can he find Maniac? That's not going to be the case. What? Okay then, Cajun. He's got the bomb plant now if he wants it. Maniac is in position, and Maniac is not too sure. There's still so much time on this clock, and this is now the waiting game. And you can clearly tell Maniac just waiting to hear that bomb go down. Now he commits to it, and there it is. Maniac. I mean, that was the BDP coming out from Cajun. He just decided this is where it ends. I'm going to catch you. I know exactly where you're coming from. But Maniac this time was able to land the shot. And it's basically the team effort there between Kenny and Maniac. Kenny landing the damage initially. Maniac knew that Cajun was low. And there you have it.
Yeah, it was really... Maniac had a fairly easy one-on-one to go into there because of the initial damage that Kenny put on him. But that was just a round of random aggression coming out from both sides. You saw Device picking up Apex, just randomly walking through the smoke. And then the follow-up, you know, Device Karma just happening. Kenny just walks up into mid and picks him off. Just lots of wild aggression coming out from both teams. And speaking of aggression, here's Apex getting that frag onto Cajun B.
And they haven't really done that much, actually, this game so far, Titan. Pushing out aggressively into B halls.
First time, actually. And it definitely caught them off guard.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, but then Sipnix, he catches the aggressive push from Maniac over in the A main. And that's when you have to wonder, why push? They have the man advantage, Titan. They don't need to get more information. They can just lock down the sites and force TSM to come to them. So now we're back into a 4-on-4 scenario here.
Yeah, and if there's any time to get information, this would be it. Because right now, all of TSM are converging towards that B bomb side, and well, luckily enough, RPK happens to rotate over towards higher, so they might be able to posture a pretty good defense here.
Oh, here we go. Smoke on upper, but Existence finds an angle. He's going to be able to pick up one. Existence with a double kill, in fact, and he's still alive at the back of the site. Rotation is coming in here. They're quickly running out of time. Sipnix, however, with the double kill. Dupree steps in, catches Apex, who just committed to it, and there's the spray down from Dupree. And somehow TSM bring that back. Titan just throwing themselves at the Vikings. And Vikings were like, hey, yeah, this is great. We needed more tinder for the fire. Here, go in a ship.
This is absolute madness at this point. Absolute madness. And I'm actually surprised to see Apex going that aggressively, pushing through the smokes onto Dupree. Because they would have the time to actually hold off, wait for the smoke to dissipate, and take it from there. And I think that would have given them a better chance, but all of these rounds are just so fast. It's all about catching each other off guard, it seems, at this point. It
really does. And this is just TSM with the pressure. There you go. Speak of pressure. And Titan, they get the drop.
Boost up through your own Molotov and, you know,
that's a feather out of Envy's cap.
Yeah.
Kiyoshima, happy. They gotta be smiling seeing that one right there. But this is not going to deter TSM. They decide to push onto that A site regardless. Maniac is lurking. There's 3 members holding solid on this A site. If they turn this into a knife fight, it's going to get ugly. And already we see the trades. Maniac is still alive here behind quad boxes. He's just holding these angles. Flash comes in. He's looking for a frag, and he does catch somebody off guard. Goes for the wild spray, but does not connect. It is going to drop him low. And so far, Titan are doing an excellent job of just whittling down TSM. The bomb is dropped out in the open as well. But Cajun does manage to refresh the smoke on CT, so potentially they could get up here and actually pick that up.
This is actually quite weird. Device deciding to, well, run away, but opts to come back because he couldn't leave Cajun in that situation by forklift right there, because that would have eventually spelled certain doom for Cajun. And now they have to slowly work towards getting that bomb down and
look at the
clearing
patience.
up the site.
Look at the patience from Titan. They're playing the clock, literally. Now they know. Now they know that one of them is close, but there you go. Apex lying in wait on the site, and he's going to get both of them. Robs them of the AK, use their own weapon against them. And once again, we go into a 30th round, Ven.
And, well, take nice for TSM. How do you fancy their chances?
I'm not even surprised. Guess what? Kerrigan's going to get a double kill this round.
And we're actually going to see the quick double smoke and into mid. Or actually, yeah, there we go. The quick double smoke into mid from TSM, and we might see a quick beast with it here from the Danes.
Smoke goes down to block off B halls, but Device decides to force the issue, and he flashes his way through. 4 members now gathered up outside of B, and this is going to be the B push coming in, but TSM, they're making it too obvious. Titan, no, and they're going to set it up. RPK shreds them! Kittens into the blender, and Cajun B is going to be the only man to actually reply from TSM. Kenny S steps in and ends his show, and it's now going to be more. He gets it, and it's a 16-14 finish for Titan. They are going to map 3. We are getting our wish. We are getting the perfect series out of these two teams.